All right, guys, we're back. The cheesesteaks have arrived. I know you're jealous.
Don't do it.
I know.
Don't do it.
I won't right now. But I will once this next game starts. We're going to be showing you guys the EU Finals Uplink match. TCM versus Epsilon met up today. Really good matchup between these two teams. Game 2 went to round 11 in Search and Destroy. Game 3, some overtime action in Uplink, as you'll see. But before we get to that, I want to remind you what's happened so far in our 2Ks and 5Ks. Here's some of the recent history thanks to our friends over at the Codpedia. You can see Optic Gaming, pretty familiar face when it comes to the grand finals. These are all of the finals of the 2K. Denial, you also see them. They took one on the 31st of January. They got second to Prophecy the 14th of Feb. But then as we look down at the 5Ks, you can kind of see no Denial with the exception of one time back in December. So this could be Denial's first 5K victory in quite a while. A huge win for them, potentially, but same thing goes for the OG Young Bloods. The last time we saw TJ Hook win one, actually, I don't think they've ever won a 5K. They finished second, losing twice to Optic Gaming back in December.
Worth mentioning, though, Denial have been consistently placing top 4, which has been what's allowed them to catch up to, for example, FaZe in terms of pro points. So
lots of semifinals, no finals.
Consistently high placings, but yeah, not that many final placings you can expect.
All right, so Optic Gaming, they've been your champion for 3 weeks straight. We'll see, can Denial steal the title or will it be the Young Bloods? Before the match, let's take a peek, though, at our EU finals from earlier today. Once again, it's Biolab Uplink.
Pick her back up. We don't see a lot of players do that this weekend.
Speaking of which, let's jump on with him first. Tommy just walking towards the circle. Then Josh is going to get first blood here. And it does look like Epsilon are moving in hard, and they're going to just drop 3 of TCM. Mad Cat with a drone.
So judging by the kill feed, it looks like Mad Cat's going to be using his sub. So the breakdown for Epsilon's going to be 3 and 1. Not going to run that 2AR setup on this map. You kind of expected that, but they could have thrown an interesting wrinkle in. You're going to have Tommy just playing so passive with the drone because he has one teammate flanking over on that green flat area. He's going to go for a 1. He has that pass to a teammate. He's going to pass it down, and they're going to get a 2-point score right off the bat. You saw that player flanking all the way from green plat. You were wondering whether he was going to come try and get kills. Tommy advanced the drone himself, but as soon as Tommy saw he was going to get shots fired, passed that drone off. Great play. That's a great use of the pass feature.
Well, it looks like they're going to reset it here at TCM and wait for it. They've actually thrown it. It's actually gone straight into the hands of Swanee. It has bounced off the side. And now Swanee looks like he might end up going short. He's got 2 teammates to block him. They are watching. There's going to be a player here. Swanee, I thought he was going to challenge it. He's now running away. He's going for the reset, but I don't think he got it. And it will be TCM. They're going to get it short. Jerd is now going to dunk this for a 2. And like I said, Swanee, he was desperate to get in the glass, throwing it out.
I saw this earlier in a match I casted, and I saw it online in one of the qualifiers. When you go to throw the drone out and that pane of glass is not broken, it will just damage the pane of glass and come back. A lot of players don't realize that. And Swanee tried to play the drone, threw it off the glass, went right back at him, and it let TCM get an easy score, but Mad Cat answering with a 2-point of their own.
Yeah, that was straight there. Overextension a little bit by TCM. They didn't have anybody in position to really cut back. But now here comes the fight for drone. Moose's Exo is down. He's looking for Josh there. Both teams going for it. I think Epsilon are in a better position than they are. They're going to pick up these kills at the same time. Moose looking for it, trying to put shots down, trying to get rid of that armor. And he's going to keep putting bullets on the Mad Cat, but it's not him with the drone. It's going to be Josh that he's running away, and it's going to be a 1, and it's good.
Great shot there from Josh, and Epsilon just really rolling right now. 5 points. The only one they gave up was just on a mishap by Swanee. You haven't seen TCM get any control of the drone. We talked a little bit about that pregame. We haven't seen anybody on their squad get control of the drone. It looks like they've switched to 2 ARs to try and get more control over drone side of the map.
Shane throwing it there, trying to put it in the enemy territory. He is going to go down as well. Going to be a long reset here. TCM will be setting up, ready to grab it. 5 seconds before they can make any progress to trying to get another point in.
And I like the play. You know, they're going to reset the drone, try and get a little bit more map control, push a little bit further out, and then advance the drone up the map. But as I say that, it's going to be Epsilon in the kill feed, especially Josh having a very nice first game. Only 1-point throw, but still, we've seen so many players miss that 1-point throw this weekend that to convert on that and just to give your team that little extra advantage, it's huge.
Well, there you go. Mad Cat's going to pick it back up. He should be in a position to score here. Is he going for the 2 or the 1? He's going to go for the 2. Won't convert.
They're going to get it,
there. Tommy is there. He needs to pick up Shane. Shane versus Tommy, but Shane will get that kill, and it will now be in his hands. Is he going to go short? I think he is. Looking towards red. 2 blockers. He's got Jerd and Moose with him. Josh already takes down 1, but he's going to have to throw that off. He doesn't want to give it away.
Shane doesn't get that kill. This is a 7-2 game, and that would be a very scary spot for TCM to be in. But it's going to be those gun battles on that right-hand side of your screen. It's going to be Gunshi winning that one versus Tommy. So drone control going to go back to TCM. That's really what this is going to be about. Who can control the drone for longer, and the pushes with that drone. But not a fan of the play drone right there. I would have liked to see him try and advance that up the map. They need a score here in this first half.
They really do. I mean, Epsilon just keep pushing them back time and time again. However, Shane will now have control. I don't think anybody's in a position to stop him. There is somebody now from Epsilon who could do it, Mad Cat, but I think TCM are being a bit too cautious.
Obviously, we have the beauty of COD vision, able to see things. He's going to try and stomp with the drone, not able to do so. He did have free run, and Tommy's going to get a beatdown, and he should wrap this one all the way around towards this green plat.
He's trying to play
they don't know he's behind. They're going to try and pick him up right here, but he has all the teammates moving over on this green plat. Now it's going to be dangerous. TCM going to need to get that drone, but it's going to be...
All right, we'll eventually finish that game. For now, though, we're going to jump right into game number 1. Your grand finals. Denial is facing off against OG Youngbloods. This is going to be Hook, TJ Haley, playing alongside Temp and Chino from Rise Nation. Open things up. A little bit of early control going on to this hard point for the boys from Youngbloods, but since then, we've seen kind of a nice push around the back and garage control so far from Denial. What's the game plan for both teams at this moment, though, Ben?
Right now, you got 9 seconds left on the hill. You don't want to be pushing that middle. It's all going to be about who can control this back green area, which is why I'm on board with Temp right now, because he's going to be the player, realistically, who's going to win these gunfights and try and keep control immediately pre-firing, expecting players to be to his right. How he hasn't died yet, Chris, I'm not too sure. Finally falls, but an impressive start from him at 4-2, and a game very, very close up to those 2 hills.
Now, a lot of people were calling Hook and TJ Haley Warriors until we saw them play at Orlando. They backed it up with another solid performance back at the Season 1 Championship. Aware not finishing as high as they necessarily wanted to, but pretty strong performance in the games we saw on the main stage. But really, the guy I've been watching today is Temp. Didn't know a whole lot about him coming into it, but the way he played against Optic Gaming and really every other team they faced off against, he is fearless, willing to take on any long-range gunfight.
Yeah, and he's so accurate, too. And, worst case scenario, he's going to get you an easy kill for one of his teammates. He's going to pick up an assist, something we saw him do a lot earlier on in the day. This one, 42-37. Looks like it's going to be pretty much a tied game when this hardpoint does finally rotate. It's going to be TJ picking up the scrap time, but this is all about that rotation, and it's going to be Denial who have managed to lock down this garage hill early on.
JCap set up behind the ambulance, waiting for the push. He knows it's going to be coming. Those Sentinel players about to come up his stairs. Stuns outside are going to let him know there's also an attack coming from the window. Where does he decide to watch? It looks like Attach was watching his low. Clayster on that mid-street trying to watch for the rotations, but they're already there. All the pressure is inside, and here comes Youngbloods taking over for a moment. One more kill, and they will have it locked down. Clay now in a tough position.
That was actually a really smart play from Clay, because whilst his teammates were being pushed, he wrapped all the way around the back of the hill to get control of that back glass area, ultimately continuing to give Denial the spawn. So, yeah, fair enough. This Youngbloods team, they do have control of the hill, but really heads up play from Clay means the team can continually contest, like you're seeing replays do right now.
Replays going for the reload. 2 more players in. Needs to defend one. Going to get help from JCap. JCap, nice 2-piece. The rotation, though, is on for your blue team. They are set up for the new hard point, and they will be there first. Temp switching over to the ASM-1. Love the class diversification we have seen from him. Variety. Lots of different weapons from SMGs to the Battle to the IMR, all depending on the map and the situation.
Looks like he's just going to try and push out, try and get control of the spawns himself. Not the best decision, because he's just left Hook all by himself. 3 players pushing him. He's not going to be able to win that gunfight. And now just kind of stroll onto this hill. And again, this looks like it's going to be a close one, Chris. I'm not going to lie. Going into that second to last hill of the first rotation, just went to a tied game. Still 30 seconds left on there. But, Denial getting some good time on this hard point. Realistically, this Youngbloods team needs a challenge.
It's a 10-point game right now, too. Very close after your first 4 minutes. Hook coming in, causing problems. Attach trying to hold on, but it's Temp to back him up. Replays now into the action, and just like that, Denial has rebroken through with Clayster staying inside. 16-9 is JCap, though. Can we take our screen to him? when he comes off the respawn. Want to see what has he been doing. Mostly just been sticking with this ASM1 all game long.
Yep, it's working for him. Had a fantastic Season 1 finals. Everyone was talking about it, really. He just played so well. So well. Like, back to that kind of good old JCap that you know from way back when.
Champion caliber JCap.
Right, exactly. It's good to see him at that level once again. And, you know, teaming with Clayster, I think is going to help him excel.
Attach on your screen, going to try and push in for denial, but it's going to be the young blood set up first. Chino has been milking this hill, only 13 kills. Doing a good job, though, of spraying out at the window, making sure no one is pushing from fire. And he will finally go down at the hands of grenades. Temp inside, last line of defense, and that line just fell. Attach and JCap in the battle versus Hook, and they will win it. Chino still trying to press in, and you got to give credit to the young bloods. When denial breaks, they don't just give up on the hard point. They continue to press, and they will now extend their lead to 22 points.
Yeah, this is a big chunk of time that they managed to just pick up on this last hill. Now into the second rotation, or the second cycle of rotations of hills. It's all going to be about realistically anchoring for that garage hill. Whichever team can do the better job with that is going to be looking real good going into the last couple of hard points. Attach on this mid hill, though. Just going to sit there and try and pick up some free time. Unfortunately, he is going to fall, but still 40 seconds left of his first hard point. Plenty of points still to be had.
Waiting to see who's going to rotate first. It looks like Temp trying to take the back. And he's going to pick up one at range. TJ helping with the other. Teach inside trying to hold on. 26 seconds left here, so no small change. And really, you got to wonder, where is Denial? Why haven't they been able to contest?
Denial getting that school spawn, that's been the big issue for them, really. You see them try and push through because Green has become such a valuable asset, I guess, at this point of the game.
Yeah.
15 seconds left, they need to control that. But completely trapped in school, everyone from this young Bloodz team just slaying them out every time they try and push out. And Denial made the smart play of not to really bother about the hill, just focus more on the spawns for the next one, because Green, you can pick up a lot of time, but you can't allow Hoop to do just that. Nice 2 kills from him.
The Duke.
If he gets the third, well, I mean, he's just single-handedly giving his team such an advantage.
Hook just locked it down. Finally going to fall one last player in the back. Teach has got to win this, and in fact, he won't. So it's going to be Attach rotating back, and just like that, Denial is going to retake control of the RVs. Attach going to see more pressure coming in, calls it out to JCap, who cannot hold on. Meanwhile, JCap, or excuse me, Clayster just laying prone, waiting for challengers from the green hall. It's going to rack up some more time. 11-point difference. Young Blood still with the lead, though. And this, honestly, such a fast-paced game so far of Hardpoint Detroit.
But it's all about this next rotation, the next spawn.
Who's got the power position locked down? Clay?
Right now, it's going to be Clay. Whoever this is. Yep.
Clay.
No surprise there. He just needs to win a couple of gunfights here, just like that. One more. If he cleans this up, they're going to be spawning so far out. His teammate did. Look immediately where they're spawning.
Yep.
So far out towards school that Clay's actually pushing up. And if he was to get a couple of kills there, they're going to spawn even further out as well. So as long as Clayster can just stay alive, never mind someone.
It's all up to JCap, though, and this is where he went big last time. From behind the ambulance, he was able to rack up multiple 2 pieces, doing a great job locking down the ramp. Here comes Attach to help, and both players locking down the garage. One last player tried to push up the stairs. JCap would have none. Replays is inside to support, and just like that, we're going to have a tie game. Denial in a position to take the lead, coming down to the last 2 minutes and 17 seconds.
And you can see how crucial that roll is that Clay's doing right there. You just, with the game flicked over to replays, he was just kind of chilling. He was lying on that hill, had nothing to do. Like, it's so important that if you have a good anchor who can hold down that bottom glass, you're going to be doing real good. But the problem is, last 10 seconds, Clay's finally lost control of it. So, the young Blood's going to get control of the second to last hardpoint now, as well as the scrap time here. So, Denial needs to flood it. It's going to be Temp. Yeah. This is such a smart play from Temp. Stay alive, wait for team support. Now we have the challenge. There's the first. He's going to call out the second one. Hopefully his teammates there to trade. It's going to be Chino, and young Blood's got control of the second to last hill. Perfect play from
Temp did the opposite thing that he did last time the hill was here. Last time he got a little bit too aggressive, ran out, lost them control. This time, patient, perfectly played, waits on his teammates, regains control, and now look how far away the red team is spawning. Denial all the way over at garage. Now they're spawning back green. This alley has been locked down, and the young Bloods should be able to run away with this if they can hold down the last 25 seconds here.
Well, there goes a stun grenade. Needs to keep pre-firing. And honestly, Temp, with that really smart play of just staying in that cubby hole area, could have potentially just won a team the game.
Is this going to happen, or will Denial be able to lock up the school? We got one final hill. It rotates in 9 seconds. The difference of your score, just 30 points.
Yeah, I'm not feeling good for Denial.
Clayster picks up 2. Temp answers back. JCap trying to rotate over. Saw player coming through garage. No one in the hard point yet, and that is going to be huge. Replays needs to stay alive. Chino rushing him. Gets the first kill. No one else there to support. Denial nowhere to be found on the map as this one is over. We're going to see the score officially done. Young Bloodz with that back. Hotel Hill, and now the school gonna lock this up, Ben.
Yeah, really, really good play coming from them, and better decision making, and you kind of touched on it yourself. On that second to last hard point, the first rotation, Temp overzealous, learned from his mistake going into that second one, played it so smart, waited for the teammate support, and as I said, you know, that play pretty much won them the game. If they don't get all that time, then not getting into that last hill with the advantageous lead that they had, and you've got to give them props. 1-0 up in the series now.
Young Gods, the Young Bloods, 245, 204 from your Season 1 runner-up. Denial here on Hardpoint Detroit, but it's just the first game in a best-of-5. We got another Search and Destroy coming up after this. So far, Denial has looked flawless. We'll see if they can tie things up at 1 apiece.